Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. Yes, on a Saturday, we have some top news, very important news to cover here that I wanted to express to all of you guys. And this will come as no surprise to anyone here who's been a subscriber to the BuzWeaver channel here on YouTube or across New Tech. From Daily Beast, Nancy Pelosi dances on Biden's grave in raw display of power. Queen maker. And as of course, if you've been a subscriber here to the BuzWeaver channel, you already know that there is an establishment, there is a cabal of people working in a coordinated effort, and this further indicates that from this article. And this is the Daily Beast, very much on the left. California Rep. Nancy Pelosi, the silent operator who clutched the reins of the House and steered it for nearly a decade, broke her silence on pushing President Joe Biden to suspend his re-election campaign in a new interview with New Yorker editor David Remnick, published Thursday. Pelosi told the New Yorker she had never been that impressed with Biden's political campaign. But earlier in that day, on that fateful June 27th, Pelosi admitted she was one of the assuaging fears about Biden's competence. It's extraordinary. When I was with the members, they were like, "Oh, how's it going to be? Trump will be so awful," I said. "Don't worry about it. The Joe Biden of the State of the Union is going to show up. It's going to be great," Pelosi said. "I just didn't want him to be seen with that guy." And then that happened. And think everybody was stunned. It was stunning. Now, it's hard to really draw into context what this is unless you actually see the interview or see what was going on. So basically, they're showing concern about what was going to happen if Trump would win. And then, of course, Pelosi's reacting to the State of the Union, saying he's going to do great at the State of the Union. And, of course, the media came rushing in, circled the wagons to protect Joe Biden, even though there was a lot of criticism. But there was no criticism when it came to the debate, because it wasn't so much that Joe Biden looked awful, which we already knew, especially everyone here on the BuzWeaver channel. We knew that the man had cognitive decline and he was suffering from, this inability to even complete sentences. And I'm not saying that to disparage the man. I'm just saying these are things that people could observe. But the establishment and the Democrats protected him and insulated him so that when the world did see Joe Biden on the debate stage, they were embarrassed. Not because Joe Biden had cognitive decline, but because they were covering for him and they were exposed for having covered for him. Like the New York Times editorial board David Axelrod, the talking heads on MSNBC, and virtually every other person in Democratic circles, Pelosi knew Biden couldn't last after that performance. He couldn't. But they also don't mention Barack Obama being right behind all of it as well. For weeks following Biden's decision to drop out, a quiet stream of reporting has pinned Pelosi as the king, or rather queen maker, behind Biden's decision. Now, it doesn't matter how they define Nancy Pelosi at all. The fact that we have an Establishment Uni-party working behind the scenes who decides who a president should be, how a president should do his job, and whether he should stay in there should be much more of a concern, should be much more of something that people need to be aware of, and obviously know that this is going on in the background because we see it happening against Donald Trump constantly. Nancy made it clear that they could do this the easy way or the hard way. A Democrat close to the situation told Politico on July the 21st, adding, she gave them 3 weeks of the easy way. It was about to be the hard way. So basically, they told Joe Biden, we need you to step down, we need you to get out of the way. And Joe Biden said no. It is no different than when they sat Donald Trump down and told him, Mr. President, here's how things are going. And Donald Trump said, no, I'm not doing it that way. Not at all. And it was going to be much more difficult for them to manipulate and coerce Donald Trump, although they did obstruct as much as possible. They did try to destroy Donald Trump. But I just wanted you guys to see this. Nancy made clear that they could do this the easy way or the hard way. A Democrat close to the situation told Politico on July 21st, adding, she gave them 3 weeks of the easy way. It was about to be the hard way. Absolutely phenomenal. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to share this video far and wide to whomever you like who is still questioning whether or not there is such a thing as an Establishment Uni-party. Now, I want you to hear it from Nancy Pelosi herself on CBS Sunday Morning.
There have been reports that it was Nancy Pelosi who orchestrated a coordinated effort to squeeze President Biden to drop out. Please tell us what you told President Biden to persuade him to step aside.
Well, I've never shared any conversations with the President of the United States publicly, no.
It's said that he's furious at you. Is he?
Well, he knows that I love him very much.
I understand that you don't want to own this, but it is so well reported that you were the leader of a pressure campaign.
No, I wasn't a leader of any pressure party. Well, let me say things that I didn't do. I didn't call one person.
Confirm, denial. Confirm, denial. This is Lesley Stahl confirming and Nancy Pelosi denying. This is the establishment media, legacy media, government operative extension of the Democrat Party media holding Nancy Pelosi to account. And then it is confirmation, denial. Confirmation, denial. It's absolutely extraordinary. Now, of course, if this was Donald Trump, she wouldn't let him get a word in edgewise. But here's what's even more amazing. Charlie Kirk posted this video, and I'm just going to let you guys see this video because I want you to understand something. These are the people who, by their own definition, said that Donald Trump was involved in an insurrection. I want you guys to keep that in mind as you listen to that Donald Trump, when he was giving his speech at the Ellipse, even telling people to be peaceful, even coming out on Twitter and telling people to be peaceful, they insisted that Donald Trump was trying to incite a riot by, well, they were suggesting that he was telling the people to go to the Capitol. Now, I want you to listen to this from Jamie Raskins. Listen carefully.
What can be put into the Constitution can slip away from you very quickly. And the greatest example going on right now before our very eyes is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which they're just disappearing with a magic wand, as if it doesn't exist, even though it could not be clearer what it's stating. And so, they want to kick it to Congress. So it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025 to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need bodyguards for everybody in civil war conditions.
So what he's mentioning is the disqualification of a president, an insurrection. By definition of the Democrats, that is what he's saying. They are going to mount an insurrection. They're going to mount an insurrection right here.
Clearer what it's stating. And so, they want to, if it doesn't exist, even though it is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment.
Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which is exactly what Donald Trump wasn't exercising that, but he was going through the process of the electoral, or going through the votes with Pence, saying, the states have not completed the voting, and there's inaccuracies and there's questions about what's going on. And of course, the Democrats wanted it to continue to move forward because, of course, Joe Biden had won. Donald Trump was well within his legal rights to instruct Mike Pence to question some of the states' voting. It's absolutely within the right of the president to do that. And then the Democrats made it seem as though Donald Trump was involved in an insurrection. And here you have Jamie Raskins right here.
Is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which they're just disappearing with a magic wand, as if it doesn't exist, even though it could not be clearer what it's stating. And so, they want to kick it to Congress. So it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025 to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need...
See, he's disqualified. He can't be president. This is the same thing they were saying about Joe Biden, or saying that Trump was saying this about Joe Biden. It's absolutely extraordinary. And here's what's even more amazing. He said it last year. Why was this not in the mainstream media? Raskin says Trump absolutely disqualified from running for president after January 6th insurrection. And yet he's sitting there outlining Section 3 of the Constitution, the ability to remove a president, or to take it to Congress to remove a president. CNN Dana Bash asked Raskins on State of the Union whether he agreed with the GOP presidential candidate Asa Hutchinson's assessment that Trump could be disqualified from running for office due to the 14th Amendment, which states that no one can be elected to the presidency if they have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same. It's absolutely extraordinary. Now, they kept it silent this whole time. See, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, presents a clear and unequivocal statement that anyone who has sworn an oath to office. Now, see, this is why we've had the immunity deal. This is why the Supreme Court had to get involved and provide levels of immunity for Donald Trump, which is a whole other conversation. It's absolutely extraordinary, is it not? There is clearly an Establishment Uni-party, a cabal of people working in a coordinated effort, and if Raskins has anything to do with it, he's going to make sure that if Donald Trump wins in 2024, in that January on 2025, he is going to try to go to Congress, or he's saying he's going to go to Congress to ensure that Donald Trump is not elected. It's absolutely extraordinary. And then on top of that, just on a side note, now we have the UK trying to tell us that if we talk about what's going on in the UK, that we can be extradited and imprisoned over there. What are they going to just come and pick us up? They're just going to come and extradite us? It's absolutely phenomenal.
We will throw the full force of the law at people. And whether you're in this country committing crimes on the streets or committing crimes from further afield online, we will come after you.
Talk to me about that, because we have seen some high-profile figures whipping up the hatred. You talked about it in there with the officers, in fact, about this being added to by online commentary. I mean, I'm even thinking of the likes of Elon Musk getting involved. What are you considering when it comes to dealing with people who are whipping up this kind of behaviour from behind a keyboard, maybe in a different country?
Being a keyboard warrior does not make you safe from the law.
That is such a prepared question she had and such a prepared response by him. Absolutely extraordinary. There is no way. You remember what happened to them back in 1776 when they tried to come over here and do that? What ended up happening with these? Absolutely amazing that we're living in a time now where we have an Establishment Uni-party that controls our country, controls who the president can be, can install and uninstall a president, and then reinstall another person like Kamala Harris, who was a non-existent person in polling, and now she's supposed to be leading Donald Trump. It's absolutely extraordinary. I welcome your guys' thoughts and comments down in the public section. I want to thank all you guys across New Tech for your guys' continued support. Below this video, you can find the various social media links that I belong to. I would ask you guys to follow me there so that you can see various posts that I do throughout the day there. And, of course, all of you guys here on YouTube, thank you so much for your guys' continued support and appearing there on the screen. That would be the channel icon for YouTube, for those of you watching here, to click on and subscribe. That way you'll know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys in the next video.